This is the cheapest Bajaj in Brazil.
The Pulsar N150 has just been launched in our market.
And I'm here in São Paulo at the invitation of Bajaj to get to know the newest launch, and I'm going to tell you everything in this video. Technical features, colors, price when it arrives in stores, and you'll also hear my first impressions riding it through the streets of São Paulo. If you're new here, I'm Amanda Pagliari, and this is the most charming motorcycle channel in Brazil, which also brings you the best launches on good wheels. So go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to show your support. The Pulsar family has just arrived in Brazil, so now we have two families, Dominar and now Pulsar. And this one here is the newest, the youngest member of the Pulsar family, which includes the beloved and highly anticipated NS400. So I believe that with the arrival of this motorcycle debuting the family, soon we'll have the NS400 in Brazil. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, because as soon as it arrives, you'll be the first to know. And well, guys, one of the characteristics of this Pulsar family is the design. A very sporty design, absolutely beautiful. With this optical set, a really nice LED headlight, in my opinion, that catches attention wherever it goes. So anyone who wants a Pulsar or looks at this motorcycle will see the design as a positive point. That eye-catching motorcycle that turns heads wherever it goes. The engine might be a surprise for many since they have the Dominar 160, however. Here they brought the entry-level 150, which is cheaper. I'll tell you the price in a moment, and it has a single-cylinder 149cc engine that produces 14 horsepower. It has 5 gears, it's a torquey engine. I'll test it soon and let you know. Regarding the suspension, we have a conventional fork. It's not inverted like on the Dominar family, for example. And at the rear, we have a monoshock, which is something very rare to see on bikes in this category. Regarding the brakes, we have a disc at the front and a mechanical drum at the rear and an anti-lock braking system, ABS, on the front wheel.
Could it have come with a disc at the rear? It could, right?
After all, I also like safety. I think a disc is much better than a drum. But then we know that because of price and positioning, we have a more entry-level, more affordable motorcycle. And then, for those who want a more powerful motorcycle that's also much more technological and safer, you can go for the Dominar 160 since it's not that expensive. So, the rider will be able to choose whether to start with a simpler one, but not too simple, right? Consider the Pulsar 150 or the more complete 160, which includes disc brakes and ABS on both wheels. A much better option. At least it didn't have combined brakes. I think the front ABS system is better. Another difference with the Dominar family that you notice right away is the seat, okay? The seat here on the Pulsar is much more comfortable and softer than on the Dominar 160. So here you have a single-piece seat, very soft and comfortable. In a moment, I'll test it while riding and I'll tell you my opinion. But of course, it makes more sense with the purpose of this motorcycle, which is for someone who will work all day on it, ride many kilometers like a delivery person. So you need to have a motorcycle that's at least somewhat comfortable. And I think the seat will definitely fulfill that, okay? Another thing that really helps for those who do deliveries is the tank capacity here. 14 liters of gasoline, not flex fuel. In general, it's very compact and light. 145 kilos total weight, including the fuel tank and all the fluids. I really like the dimensions of the Pulsar 150 here. Both wheels are 17-inch rims and the tires are tubeless. One thing I really liked is right here, look, a 100% digital dashboard. The dashboard is the same as the Dominar 160, however, it has fewer functions, but it's still very complete. Up here we have the tachometer, fuel gauge, gear indicator, speedometer, and here we have the odometer and the trip meters. On the left handlebar we have this M button. You just need to press it to make changes on the dashboard. And here we have, look, information about instant fuel consumption and range, in other words, the distance you can travel. Here it's showing the partial average consumption, 36 kilometers per liter, trip A, and here 28, trip B. Really cool, and you can even have connectivity with your cell phone. By connecting with the Bajaj app, which is free, you get some information like maintenance reminders. It also notifies you on the screen, and when you're connected with your cell phone, you receive call and notification alerts on the screen. It's not as complete as the turn-by-turn navigation on the Dominar 160, but I thought the dashboard with connectivity was really cool. And here, right above the tank, you have a USB port. I appreciated the backlit switches. When turned on, they look stunning in my view. The headlight assembly is a signature of the Pulsar family, full LED, just like the tail light. However, here the turn signals use conventional bulbs. Now that you know everything about the new Pulsar 150, let's take it for a ride and I'll share my first impressions. Hop on with me. Well, I'm already impressed with the illuminated switches here. Look, with the bike turned off, when you turn it on, it's something else. When started, the bike comes alive. It's really cool. The first impressions, Pulsar N150. Wow, the bike is really light. Look, super lightweight. Wow, the bike has a really nice little bit of torque. Wow, what I liked was the lighting, the cockpit here. It's really cool. Wow, really agile, super agile. And the brakes, let's test them. Wow, regarding the seat, I found it soft and wide, much better than the Dominar 160, but that's for spending the whole day on the seat, right? The split seat is cooler, more sporty, but when you spend the whole day working, riding for kilometers, for sure a wide seat will give you more comfort, which is the proposal of this motorcycle. Bajaj came strong with the appeal for delivery riders, so I found it really interesting. This thing about them having adapted the seat. We're riding here through the streets of São Paulo with a really cool proposal, something very different from Bajaj. It's exactly to bring this urban center vibe for delivery riders, for traffic. After all, if we were riding here during the day, it would be chaos too, wouldn't it? At night, we can ride a bit more calmly. The city center really conveys what the Pulsar wants, which is movement, delivery riders, agility. So I think choosing this place for the launch was the right decision. After all, this is where a lot of people will be riding this motorcycle, or at least that's Bajaj's idea, right? To focus on this delivery rider audience. To take the turn, man, this bike is really agile. Wow, it's really light, super agile, really agile. I think the price is okay. It's not the cheapest in the world, but if we compare it to the competitors and what this bike offers, it even has connectivity with your phone. We have the DK, which is cheaper, but it's also more basic. Let's say the DK 150. I don't know how much longer they'll keep selling it. Anyway, it has a lot of features that other 160s out there don't have. So I thought the proposal here from Pulsar was really cool. This is the first impressions test. Of course, there will be a full review with the pros and cons. For example, one thing I wanted to see more of is the suspension. I think it could be improved in the future, but in a more complete test, I can talk a bit more about the rear suspension. I think it's cool that it comes with a monoshock, but on these potholes here in the city center, it made me a little uncomfortable. And of course, guys, there are other pros and cons that I'll find when I do the full review. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel, leave your like and subscribe to the channel. That way, as soon as the review video comes out, you'll be the first to know. It was really nice to ride it here through the streets of São Paulo downtown, where a lot of motorcyclists will definitely ride the new Pulsar. And it's available in 3 colors, with a suggested retail price starting at 16,300 reais. I thought it was cool that they did a promotion. The first 300, in addition to getting the first service for free, will pay 16,000 reais. I found it very interesting. And for you to also have the experience of getting to know this model, stop by one of the Carreira Bajaj stores to take your test ride. They accept your used vehicle as part of the payment for financing, consortium, and more. It's really worth getting in touch with them at the phone number on the screen and negotiating your Pulsar 150 or any other Bajaj model. So that's it. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like and share it with your friends. Please subscribe to the channel so as soon as we have the full review of it, you'll be one of the first to know. And of course, you have to have the notification bell turned on. I left a great video for you above and another one below that you'll enjoy. Until next time, Moto Kiss.